What is the street parking vault?
The Street Parking Vault is one workout a week for 25 weeks with the goal of helping you build consistency.
You can do any version of the workout.
You can customize these workouts to make them fit your equipment and your fitness level.
Each week, log your workout before time is up.
Your scores do not matter.
You just can't miss.
All right, welcome to week 10 of the 2023 Vault. Today we're tackling the mummy workout. So Carrie and I are here. We're both doing program B. I'll be doing extra challenge reps with the Glory Days version, which is going to be ring muscle ups and the wall walks. So that should be super fun. It's going to get nice and spicy. We're really looking forward to that 1 minute rest in between. Now, make sure that you guys stick all the way until after the workout for our full breakdown of it, the tips, and for any of the customizations. You guys already know, make sure you guys visit my.streetparking.com. Let's get after this.
And they are off, Nicole.
They sure are. It's the 10th workout of the 2023 Vault.
I feel like this is a milestone,
Right?
reaching workout number 10, right?
100%. The 10th workout is the mummy.
Ooh, kind of spooky.
I mean, a little bit, yeah. What's the mummy?
Yeah, so this workout is 7 rounds, and each round is on a 3-minute clock. So in the first minute, from 0 to 1, they are doing, well, I'll just say what the written version is.
Yeah,
5 kipping pull-ups, 10 hang power cleans, and then another 5 kipping pull-ups, all within that first minute.
Yep.
If they have any time remaining to rest, they'll do so. At 1 till 2, they're going to do max reps push-ups. And then from minutes 2 to 3, they're going to rest.
Right
and they're
on.
just going to keep on cycling through that for 7 rounds, which ends up being about 20 minutes.
Very cool. It looks like they both got about 10 seconds rest on that first round. So if they can hold on to that, good on them.
Good on them, you're right. So they're moving on now to the minute of max reps push-up plus taps. And which is the version that Carrie is doing is with push-up plus taps. Julian went with the Glory Days option today.
Of course he did.
Of course he did, which swapped out those push-up plus taps for wall walks.
Heck yeah. It's going to get serious in here. Carrie said
Serious
that-
shoulder pump.
Serious shoulder pump. Carrie said the push-up taps were what she's not exactly looking forward to. Or I shouldn't say that. She's just a little nervous because she knows they're going to add up.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And actually, so I was talking with her before. The goal for the push-up plus taps for anyone doing programs A or B is 80 to 140 reps across all 7 rounds.
Wow.
That totals up to 12 to 20 per round. So
Wow.
even just getting 12, I feel like, is pretty, it's a feat, you know,
Yeah.
especially after you've already fatigued your upper body with pull-ups or some kind of pulling variation with the hang power cleans. So definitely something to be mindful of, and make sure that you guys are customizing to meet that rep range
Yeah.
per round. So it looks like Carrie got 14, so that's awesome.
She's right in that range for sure. And oh my goodness, I'm excited to see how this goes. Do we think we're going to be able to stick with those 14 reps across the board?
You know, historically
speaking.
Yeah, I would say any push-up variation is pretty infamous for some serious fatigue and some serious volume drop-off.
Yeah.
You know, if you're smart about it, and it does look like she was breaking them up from the start, so hopefully that those built-in rests kind of allow her to sustain those 14 reps across the board. But the cool news is she has a backup plan she has something to go to.
What's the backup plan?
Oh, well, we'll see if she has to whip it out. No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding.
So many, oh my gods.
I'm just kidding. I'll fill you guys in on it. So I encouraged her to start off working from the toes for the push-up plus taps, and then if the wheels fall off, if things are just going south quickly, she can just drop to her knees and do a knee push-up and then a plank tap tap.
Look at them repping out these hang power cleans. Those were pretty solid hang power cleans. A lot of like quick elbows. Really great action on those. What are some tips that you might have for the people at home doing a hang power clean?
Well, first tip is, and this goes for anyone, definitely be smart about the weight that you choose. There's really, you guys can see, there's no time for you to be breaking those up a whole bunch. Maybe you can get one break in if you're really solid with the pull-up variation that you chose.
Yeah.
But you need to be really confident with the way you've chosen and with that volume. As far as tips go, you can see Julian especially doing this. Carrie's doing it a little bit too with the barbell, but kind of using that point of contact off the thigh to accelerate the barbell back upward. That can be really, really helpful. And it's a little bit easier on the grip too, because you're using so much of that hip drive and leg drive.
Heck yeah.
And same goes for dumbbells. Obviously, there's no contact with dumbbells in your thighs. At least
hope
I hope
not.
not. Yeah. Some serious bruising going on there, but yeah, you want to jump. That's basically a dumbbell hang power clean should be a jump. Maybe your feet even leave the floor. That's how I prefer to do a hang power clean, so that you really use your legs to assist you in getting that weight up to your shoulders.
Right on.
All right, another minute of push-up plus taps and
Let's
wall
see
walks
how many
done.
we got here. Writing down the number. Carrie got 12.
Wow, so
okay,
she's still
solid.
She's still in that goal range. If she can hold on to 12, she'll stick with doing push-up plus taps from the toes. What did Julian get on his wall walks?
I have no idea. I went over there to see, and I think it wiped off the last time he tried to write it down. All right, so it looks like the first round he got 9, and the second round 7. They both had a drop off of 2. Mathematically, those are the same numbers. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Mathematically speaking.
Mathematically, that's math for you. So, for wall walks, for anyone who's interested in doing the Glory Days version, the goal is a little bit different. Obviously, we don't expect you to do 80 to 140 wall walks.
I mean, and if you can, good on you. You're
right?
a superstar.
That is just unbelievable, quite literally. Okay, great. So we just got word from Salvi that Julian's going to switch over to bar muscle-ups. Probably going to be a little bit more sustainable for him, which makes perfect sense. He not only went with Glory Days, but he went with extra challenge Glory Days.
So he went extra challenging.
Yeah.
Really
so,
supersize this workout.
Exactly. For the regular Glory Days, it's 1 to 2 bar muscle-ups, or excuse me, I should just say muscle-ups, because you can do ring or bar. 10 of the hang power cleans, and then another 1 to 2. He's doing the extra challenge reps for that version, so it's 12 hang power cleans, and then 3 muscle-ups again.
That's a whole lot of extra, if you ask me.
So much. But if anybody can do it, Julian can do it.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the mummy, the workout itself. What is the mummy? Like, we know what a mummy is.
Yeah, and honestly, we called it the mummy for dramatic effect.
Oh.
Yeah, because...
Is this like a capital letter? The mummy.
Yeah, like the mummy. You can't just say the mummy.
Okay.
It's the
The
mummy.
Got it.
And obviously there's the movie The Mummy, and that's a lot of fun. But this is mostly just what everyone knows of a mummy. Mm-hmm. It's a preserved body. What's really cool about Egyptian mythology is they believed in an afterlife.
Yep.
And for those who could afford to be mummified, they would, because they felt like, oh, I need my body.
I'm gonna need to use this.
Yeah,
later.
I need this thing.
Let's wrap it up
in my afterlife,
Yeah.
So yeah, let's wrap it up.
Love it. And this is the 10th workout
Correct.
of the street parking vault, which is exciting. Carrie was excited that it's the 10th workout because Carrie is a cougar. She went to Columbus State University. Go Cougs!
Oh my gosh.
And she was number 10, so she's excited to be doing the 10th workout. You got the 10 hang power cleans. A lot of 10s rocking around here.
Lots of little connections.
Yeah, so go Cougs!
Probably gave her the little burst she needed there. So let's talk a little bit too about the customizations that Carrie's making. So as I mentioned before, for Program B, it's written with 5 pull-ups before and after the hang power cleans. Because again, this one's on a real time crunch. There's really no room to be playing around with the movement variation that you choose, with the weight that you choose, and knowing that Carrie went immediately with the inverted rows, which is an option for anyone, whether you have a low pair of gymnastics rings, a bar set across the rig, like your bar and your squat rack. That's a really, really great accessible variation to the pull-up. That doesn't need to be any easier, honestly.
No.
Like if you set your feet far enough forward, you can really make these challenging. But we definitely want you doing all 5 in a row for this particular workout.
Okay, good.
So you want to set yourself up in a way that you can do all 5, move immediately to the hang power cleans, come right back and knock out another 5.
Solid. Which version do you think you're gonna do, Alex?
That's a good question. Honestly, I usually end up doing the vault workout with my mom on Monday mornings. And it's just easier for me to grab my pair of dumbbells and knock that out. I'll likely be doing strict pull-ups since I only have the door jam pull-up bar in the spare bedroom.
Strict pull-ups.
Yeah.
Get it, Alex.
Yes.
Get it.
Now, if you're like me and that's the option you're going to go with, keep in mind that we do reduce the volume of reps. So instead of 5, you're going to do 2 to 3.
Very nice.
Per
And
5 kipping.
What if you were trying to do the shift version of the workout? What's that?
Yeah, so this one is 6 rounds, 30 seconds of inverted rows, so the same movement you see Carrie doing here. Another 30 seconds, this time of hang power cleans. And again, same thing you're seeing in Program A. And then 30 seconds of push-up plus taps. After each round, you'll rest for 30 seconds.
Very nice.
So you're seeing a lot of the same movements.
A lot of carryover.
What I like about this version, or the shift version in particular, is that you have these kind of safety nets, right? So you're only working on those movements for 30 seconds at a time, and then you're moving on. It gives you something of a mental break, and just kind of protects you from doing too much or too little. You work for 30 seconds and you move on.
I love that, especially because, like Carrie said earlier, that she was a little nervous about the push-up taps, right? A minute of those straight really can lead to burnout.
Yeah.
So the shift version with the 30 seconds, I think, is more sustainable for most people.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we can also, you can always mix and match, right? You can do the A version with the inverted row like Carrie's doing.
Yep.
So I love when there's the ability to mix and match something like that. I know personally, I'm definitely going inverted rows all the way.
Nice.
Inverted rows, baby.
Inverted rows.
All right, I'm gonna go see what Carrie has to say about the workout. Oh, Carrie, how's the workout going?
Ooh, it's tough.
Yeah?
Tough, but not bad.
How are those push-ups feeling?
Oh man, my shoulder's on fire, but.
I mean, the pump's looking real.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, Carrie's jacked.
I know, right? You see that? Look at that pump. Look at swole.
Seriously. I know that's one thing Julian said before the workout started. He was like, man, these wall walks are going to make me look jacked. I was like, yes, they will. Yeah. Yes, they will.
All right, so it looks like Carrie got 12 in that one as well. So far,
she's holding
14,
strong.
12,
I love it.
12 and 12. That's awesome. And you saw her really pushing for some of those in the last thing. I think she's going to keep trying to push for that 12.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have a feeling that's like her goal
I did
now.
see that she is. She did go with her backup plan, so she is. Looks like she's doing push-ups from the knees, which I'm really stoked that she was willing to maybe set her ego aside. I know that's hard to do, especially in a setting like this, right?
Yeah, 100%.
With co-owner of street parking and working out alongside him. So I'm really proud of her for doing that. And let's just talk about the weight she's using. She went with 65 pounds on the barbell. She knew it was going to be a little bit challenging, but she was willing to stick it out and give it a go, and she is absolutely crushing it.
Yeah, she said she likes the clean, so she's excited about that. Julian ended up with 135.
Wow.
Extra challenge weight. In case you guys were wondering, we got Carrie at 65, Julian at 135, rocking out with the mummy. so what do we think? We're here in the 10th vault workout. For anyone who might not know, Alex, what's the vault?
The vault, that is a great question. So it's a challenge we put on annually. We run it twice a year, once in the beginning of the year and once in the back half of the year. It's 25 workouts. One workout is released per week, so 25 weeks. And we basically encouraged consistency across those 25 weeks. So there is one stipulation: you have to complete and log the workout within the time frame. They are released at 2 p.m. on Friday and 2 p.m. PST on Fridays, and then you have until midnight PST of the following Thursday to complete and log the workout. So we give you a nice chunk of time to get them knocked out. Tons of customizations. We encourage everyone to express their fitness freedom and just get these workouts done. Stay consistent across 25 weeks. And that's pretty much the gist of the vault.
Love it. I absolutely love it. I like it because it gives you that one workout no matter what's going on. Just a little bit. You might be having the worst week. You might be sick.
Exactly.
People come out and they're like, you know what? I can get this one done.
Yeah.
You can go as easy or as hard as you need to go, but it really feels good to tick that box.
It really does. Yeah, and this year we've added in the poster, allowing members to mark off each. Isn't it amazing?
The kid in me
Just
loves
the little
poster.
tools, you see a badge in the trophy case.
Yes.
Just a lot of incentives to staying consistent, which is what we're all about at Street Parking.
It's something about putting a sticker on a poster just really speaks
It really
to the
brings out
5-year-old
the
in me.
Yeah, it brings out the kid. And
It's like-
honestly, for those of you who maybe don't feel quite as childish, it brings out the type 1 in me. I don't know what you would call it.
The completionist?
Yeah, like it feels really good to feel like that having that tangible mark of accomplishment.
100%. I could not agree more. All right, so we are going into, they're starting their 6th round.
Correct. They are almost done. And you don't see it here, and you won't see it listed as any of the official versions, but you can definitely do these hang power cleans with a sandbag for anyone who has a sandbag at home. I know, I knew you were going to be happy about that one.
I love a sandbag. I know though, but hang power cleans, 10, repping those out. I might kind of want to go barbell on this one.
Go for it, man. I feel like it's a good one for that.
It's a great one for a barbell.
Yeah, these guys are really making me consider maybe taking my barbell out for this one.
Although I'll have to see what the temperature's like, how I'm feeling, if I want to go do that in the shed or outside. You know what I mean? Because I can't drop my barbell in my shed.
Right.
I mean, I probably could, but I might dent the floor. It's not really industrial strength.
Right.
And I'm going to be looking mad weight.
Built for that. Yeah, right.
The bar's going to be so heavy, I wouldn't want to damage my flooring. So Julian's over here doing the wall walk.
Yep.
And I don't know if you noticed in last round, he knocked a couple out and then took a solid rest at the bottom.
I did notice that.
So what tips do you have for people doing the wall walk version?
I would say look back at the wall as quickly as you can. Get your head in a good position. Keep pressing the earth away from you. It's kind of like a Chuck Norris joke, right? Like, you don't push up, you push the earth down.
Push the earth away.
Yeah, and I honestly think of it more as like a shift through the shoulders. Like I'm just kind of like shifting my hands back and forth rather than picking my hand up and setting it back down.
Okay.
Stay tight through the belly and the quads. But honestly, if you start to feel your elbows are like shaky or giving out, like that's your cue to just rest. You don't need to be a hero. Being in an inverted position is pretty vulnerable. So if you're doing glory days, I have to imagine that you have the capacity to do high volume wall walks.
Yeah.
If not, just put the goal aside for that one. Do what you can safely and just call that a day.
Right on.
I do want to talk real quick about in case you don't have, let's say you don't have a pull-up bar.
Yeah.
And or you don't have something to do inverted rows with.
Okay.
I do think a bent over row is an okay option today because the volume is pretty low. Just know that your low back might get a little bit tight.
Yeah, your low back is going to be like, what are you doing?
Yeah. So just be mindful of that. Make sure you keep a nice, proud chest, flat back.
Right on.
Keep your belly tight as you're doing those rows, and just choose a smart weight. You shouldn't be having to like jerk through the torso or anything like that to get those reps done. but I think that's a fine option in place of the pull-ups.
All right, well, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Last round is starting right now.
I'm really impressed with Julian hanging on to these 3-bar muscle-ups.
Yeah?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Yeah. Just because there's 2 sets per round, and I mean, even though the wall walk is a support position and it's more of a press than it is a pull, it's still fatiguing a lot of the same muscle groups that he's using to do those bar muscle ups. So
you got this.
Yeah, I'm impressed. He's doing a great job. Yeah, Carrie is just absolutely crushing that barbell.
So is this something, do you feel that most people wouldn't be hanging, if they're doing the Glorious Days version, do you think they would be breaking it up, or what would you
I mean, it
suggest
depends
they do?
on how frequently they are using their fitness freedom and incorporating muscle-ups into their training.
Yeah.
But if it's only when we program it, absolutely, I think they'll have trouble with that. I do think just the 1 to 2 before and after the hang power cleans is perfectly sufficient.
Yeah.
Because, again, hang power cleans, you can be more efficient and use more lower body, but it is ultimately you're getting a good strong pull through the arms.
Yeah.
So even that, the grip's gonna fatigue. That second set of muscle ups each round is definitely gonna be where you might start to see people breaking down from what they might typically be able to do.
Nice work, Carrie.
She is
Look at her
pushing
fight.
hard.
I love that so much.
Pushing hard for all of those push-up reps.
20 seconds.
We are about to wind down on this vault. They're pushing for those last couple reps. Ooh! You got this,
my
Carrie.
gosh.
You got this. You got this.
That was amazing.
You got this. Yes! There it is.
Look at her go.
Oh!
3, 2, 1, time.
Very
wow.
nice.
I love to see someone push themselves.
Pushing
so
all the
much.
way.
Yeah,
to
and
the
really
very end.
she did a great job of modulating her effort. She really didn't start failing until those last 15 seconds or so of the workout. That's really great.
That was absolutely epic. You see they were fighting at the end for every single rep, taking the rest that they needed to give themselves a moment and still having to push as hard as they could to get to the end. So we are going to go to Julian for some tips on this workout, the Mummy.
All right, so that was definitely muscular endurance. The shoulders are just gonna get taxed. And even Carrie, we had to make an adjustment because the inverted rows, it just gets really difficult. So don't be afraid to make adjustments if needed to make sure you're trying to go through the full range of motion. I made the adjustment because even the rings got super sketchy in my setup. I couldn't find a good flow. And I felt like I was cutting, the range of motion short because I was afraid to hit my head on something. It was weird, there's a lot of shifting. So immediately went to something that was safer, felt better, still challenging, still the same amount of time. The hang cleans, choose a weight that allows you to go unbroken. You don't want to get stuck there because if not, you're gonna have a hard time recovering. And then you go into the push-up tap taps. You don't really want to use that as a place to recover. You want to keep moving. Your recovery is on the minute rest. So in that minute, shake it out, find an average. You're gonna get really excited the first couple rounds, but settle into a good flow for 3, 4, and 5. And then if you pace it appropriately, you'll be able to maintain. If not, start increasing a couple reps on the way to closing out the workout. So just be aware of those things that are gonna settle in and kick in. Your shoulders are gonna get blasted. That's it, be smart, be more conservative in the beginning, close out nice and strong. I'll let her speak to her experience for it.
Yeah, I really got tired on the second set of pull-ups, inverted rows, so they really catch up to you at the end. With the push-up tap taps, I just listened to Julian. What he said at the beginning is break it up into doing 3 or 4, shake it out, and keep going from there. So I just stuck with that, and it got really tough at the end, but stayed pretty consistent for the most part.
That was awesome. All right, until next week.
Welcome to week 10 of the 2023 Vault. This week we are taking on the Mummy. This workout is 7 rounds and each round is on a 3-minute clock. In the first minute you'll perform 5 kipping pull-ups, followed by 10 hang power cleans, and then another 5 kipping pull-ups. and you'll rest any time remaining in that minute. In the second minute, you'll perform max reps, push-up plus taps. And then in the third minute, you'll rest. You have 2 scores for this workout. The first score is your total number of minutes of the pull-ups plus power clean, where you get all of that work done within the minute. And your goal for that is to get all 7 minutes of work done within the minute. The other score is the total number of push-up plus taps. Your goal for those are 80 to 140 reps. For that first minute of pull-ups and power cleans, we're looking for you to have at least 10 to 15 seconds or so to rest and transition into the push-up plus taps. For the pull-ups, whatever variation you choose, you should be able to do each set of 5 unbroken, no questions asked. Maybe that means you do inverted rows instead. If you choose to do banded pull-ups, just make sure you're really efficient getting in and out of that band because you're pretty much on a time crunch. If those customizations don't work for you, consider reducing those pull-up reps to 2 to 3 if you're struggling to get those done unbroken. For the hang power cleans, you should absolutely choose a weight that you know you can do unbroken, but you probably will have time to break once, maybe twice, if you keep those breaks super short. For the push-up plus taps, you are shooting for 12 to 20 reps within each round in order to hit the goal. To see detailed demos of the movements in today's workout and to see customization options to make it work for you, head over to my.streetparking.com. The shift workout is 6 rounds. Each round starts off with 30 seconds of inverted rows, followed by 30 seconds of hang power cleans, and then 30 seconds of push-up plus taps. You'll rest 30 seconds between each round. Your score for this one is the total number of reps completed across all the movements and all the rounds. Your goal is to complete 110 to 170 reps. Even though you have 30 seconds to rest in between each round, we still recommend starting off at a pace that you find will be sustainable across all 6 rounds. For the inverted rows and the hang power cleans, we're expecting you guys to get 8 to 12 reps per round. When it comes to the push-up plus taps, we're expecting 4 to 6. So make sure that you choose movement variations, weights, whatever you need to in order to hit those rep ranges. To see detailed demos of the movements in today's workout and to see customization options to make it work for you, head over to my.streetparking.com.